What up, y'all? It's your boy King Infinity back at you with another one. Today we got a NBA/WNBA topic. MPJ, Michael Porter Jr. of the Denver Nuggets, was on the Pivot podcast, and he was talking about WNBA and revenue shares, and them not really getting viewership and whatnot. We're gonna watch a quick clip, and I'm gonna react to it. But before we get into that, be sure to go follow me on Twitter at AKinfinity_VVS. Hit that like button, hit that sub button, leave a comment down below, and let's jump into it.
Dumb.
Well, it's not as exciting.
No, it's not as exciting.
It's not as exciting basketball.
Yeah, you're not.
They got to lower the rims. I would watch a girl coming down the lane on another. I would watch that.
So you heard it right there. He said you got to lower the rims. Man, trust me, the idea in theory, it kind of is. I understand where you come from. You want to see more dunks and whatnot, and maybe people will watch more and this and that. That is an idea, but that's gonna have to be exclusive to the WNBA. But you got to think about it. A lot of these kids growing up, little girls and little boys, everybody's growing up for the most part shooting on 10-foot rims. So now what you gonna do? A sport that already isn't, not necessarily a sport, but the women's side of the sport that's already not getting a whole bunch of support left, right, and center. You got all these parks that have the 10-foot rims. You got all of the schools, gyms got 10-foot rims. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna change and have a girls only gym that has lower rims, and meanwhile the boys still have to deal with the 10-foot rims. You know what I'm saying? How are we gonna do that logistically? If we think just logistically, how is that gonna work? You got all of these colleges. You know what I'm saying? Do they even have the funds for the women's programs to even be trying to lower their rims? Because you got to think about it, man. If you play basketball your whole life shooting on a 10-foot rim, then now all of a sudden, they say at the pros it's gonna be 9-foot. Meanwhile, everywhere else is 10-foot. But at the pros, it's gonna be 9-foot. That's gonna throw off your shooting stroke a little bit. I don't know if y'all remember back in the Gap when people used to actually play basketball in front of other people's houses. You used to have adjustable rims where, you would sit there and you can, for the younger kids, the 10, 12-year-olds, they'll be sitting there just shooting around on an 8-foot or having a little dunk contest in the neighborhood and whatnot. That was fun. That was cool. But even back then, girls wasn't really hooping with us like that. So you got to think about it. How is that really going to work in the long term? So there's that. And then there's also, I do get the idea of wanting to do something a little bit different to attract viewers. I'd say this. I'll tell you what I would do. I would actually implement the 4-point line for the WNBA. I don't see why not. I would do it then because a lot of them really got a nice shooting stroke. A lot of them can shoot. Like the female basketball game, college basketball, WNBA, man, they really are skilled, man. They're super skilled because they don't have to rely as much on size, strength, and athleticism as much as the men do. Like a man can get away, like a big 7-foot man can get away with just being able to jump fast or jump high and run fast. Catch lives and all that. You can make a good career out of that. You can have a good $50 to $100 million career just doing that. You can't really see that like that in the WNBA. You know what I'm saying? So, let's emphasize the skill portion. And if you're somebody who can shoot the ball, if we create a 4-point line, well, that's gonna attract some viewers because people are gonna be like, let me see what this 4-point line business is about. And the next thing you know, you're gonna start seeing a whole lot more outrageous, scoring outputs for the WNBA, and that's gonna make people want to watch it a little bit more, in my opinion. Another thing too that I would even experiment with is shortening the length of the courts. Why? So you can play faster, have more possessions, and once again, boost the offensive output. Look at what the NBA has done with a lot of the rules that have changed or whatnot. The take fouls are a thing. You know, you can't make a take foul, otherwise it's like a technical foul. You got, you know, three in the key, so nobody can just stand there in the paint all day, not really playing defense, but just standing in front of the rim so nobody will drive there. You know, if you stay there 3 seconds or more, that's another free throw. You see how they've done with the 3-point line and undercutting 3-point shooters, just shooters in general. They're really sensitive about all of the rules now because they're trying to boost offensive output. And what has that done? It has boosted ratings over the years. So these are some of the things that I would probably try to implement for the WNBA moving forward. I understand that, you know, the lowering of the rims will make it a little bit more attractive. People want to come and, you know, watch ladies dunk all over each other and whatnot. That's cool, but you can see that in the NBA still. How about if we're going to use the WNBA and do something a little different? Let's implement maybe a 4-point line or shorten the length of the court so we can get more offensive output and have more possessions. I wouldn't do them both at the same time. I wouldn't do a 4-point line and a shortened rim. In a shortened court at the same time. I wouldn't do them both because think about it, on a fast break, it'll be kind of, you got to travel. A defender would need to travel a shorter distance to come and close out on a 4-point shot. So it kind of would negate the purpose of having them. But tell me what y'all think down below if you're just a hoops fan in general. This is the Rockets Propaganda Channel, but I talk about basketball whenever I see fit. If I see a topic I want to touch on, I'm going to talk about that. Y'all let me know in the comments down below what y'all think of the idea of the 4-point line, the shorter court for the ladies, or what you even thinking about the lowering the rims thing. It's your boy K Infinity. Be sure to follow me on Twitter, AK_VVS. This is the Rockets Propaganda Channel. Go ahead and hit that sub button, because if you still here, you like the content, go ahead and hit that like button. And we out.